Boom. What an intro. But what a first map. Sniper got his way. That was exactly how he wanted it to go. Went to the late game, went to Brews, Infestors, the works. Squirtle even desperately trying to pull out the carriers for the win, but just could not make it happen for himself. So we have to see what he has in store for us here on the second map. It is Ohana, and once again, we could venture to say that this is a bit of a Protoss favorite map. What do you make of that?
It can go. I don't know. It can go either way.
Could go either way on this one.
Either way. It depends on the play style of both. I think is more accurate to kind of describe this map. But go ahead and introduce our two players in the round of 8 quarterfinals.
Well, we were just talking about this guy down here in the bottom of the map. It is, of course, ST.Squirtle playing as the red Protoss, and he already threw down that pylon, so fancy job by him. His opponent, who took the first map already, it is MVP.Sniper playing as the purple Zerg right here on the top of the map. Fantastic job already, I have to say.
Yeah, and I think the key to beating Sniper is very easily just go ahead and do some form of 2-base attack. It's as simple as that. Something that Squirtle's very good at doing as well. But we'll see if he's going to pull it off.
Wasn't he known at the beginning of his career for those 2-base plays, those 1-base to 2-base all-ins? That was kind of his calling card.
The thing that really made Squirtle popular outside of Korea was when he played in IPL. And like he played against every Terran opponent in the world and basically went 2-base Colossus with Stalkers and won. And you know, if you try to build Vikings, you get brought down by Stalkers. So that was one of his rise to fame. In the GSL, I mean, Squirtle can play late game. I'm not saying like.
Well, he's proved that he's kind of evolved and he's able to. You know, maybe he's like a War Turtle now. Yeah. Maybe getting towards that Blastoise as soon as he wins a championship.
Yeah, he's very, very strong. Like him and Parting are like the two Protoss players. I mean, MC's actually rising to fame once again. But you know, always it's the Startel brothers, Startel Co. Rose.
The Brohans. I just love how Sniper completely disregards the probe on the natural and just walks over to the third, plants that down.
Like I said, I think the key to beating Sniper is, I think when Sniper played in the Code S, just the same season that's still happening out right now, he played against MC. Everybody knows MC style. It's 2-base all in and kill the Zerg. And Sniper lost very easily, 0-2. And I think that's the way to beat this guy, because if you don't, you play to his strengths, which are the late game, which we just saw is actually really, really strong. He just knows the ins and outs. Maybe
he just seems to have it down to a T.
Too many hits versus aggression in terms of the Warp Prism, lost a few hatcheries here and there, which could have been tightened up on. But overall, his unit control and so on was pretty damn solid.
And look at this, Squirtle once again going for that full wall off.
Yeah.
Do you think, I mean, what is this going to play? Basically, it says, okay, I'm going to prepare myself for a 2-base, or is that kind of what you can read out of this, or is it too early to say?
It most likely seems like a pretty early 3rd base, to be honest here. Just the way that he's walled off already, doesn't want to wall off with a Zealot, doesn't want to have any small gaps, and it's basically saying, I'm only going to have one entrance to my base, and that's going to be through the back rocks. It can still be 2-base aggression.
He could break that down eventually if he were to go for that 2-base Immortal All-In, for example.
And he can always break down the pylon as well, so, you know, can play a bit of mind games here. Just kind of leaves him a little bit more unpredictable to what's actually going to happen. With the Cybercore placement there, showing it right out front, he's not afraid to show anything that pops up the ramp or overlords that are outside just about if he's chronoboosting into the Cybercore here or anything. So most likely the way he's going to play this is much slower, more of a 3-base style of play here. Whether it will be Void Ray into defending that 3rd base or very early Robo, we'll have to find out. It's, of course, up in the air.
Yeah, well, we probably won't know for another minute or two at least. Yeah. But one thing that's already different is that this probe from Squirtle, the first one, actually survived, and it will get that scouting information off. It is going to go ahead and see that, yes, the natural has been planted down, and so that's valuable information for Squirtle. Already he can say, we're not going to see anything like, for example, what Snoot did in Home Story Cup, where he just faked the natural and then went for a Baneling bust. He can sleep soundly here.
No, he will, and he's in a great position to do so. I think he's a little bit. I don't think he needed to chronoboost out this stalk that he's doing from the gateway. I think he wanted to kill this Overlord that could have scouted the Robo Bay, but it actually went back before anything.
Yeah, this is the lucky Overlord. He's going to make his way out.
So a bit of a waste on that stalk chronoboost there, but whatever, really, it doesn't matter too much. He can start to break down the rocks or something with it, I guess. But we are going to have a very early Robo. You know, the way that the Chronoboost is going, he's not Chronoboost once into the Cybercore, hasn't got a +1 attack upgrade. This will most likely be for a very early Observer and then into Immortals. I mean, he can go Immortals first here, but ideally if he's going to play a macro game, it has to be Observer first, unless he does a 2-base Immortal attack. But like I said, without a +1 attack on the way yet, without Chronoboost into the Warp Gate, it doesn't look like that.
And when I feel like I should know this because we watched we did the Learn to Play last week. But as far as the gas, would you have to take a third gas if you were going to go for that Immortal All-In as well?
Yeah,
and the two of them go down right now.
You need four gases because you want sentries in there, you want so on. But he's actually building an Immortal really on here, and I think that Immortal is only to build or to break down the destructible rocks, and he'll build an Observer afterwards. I'd be very surprised if he continues to build Immortals. Like I said, there's no upgrade, so it doesn't make sense. And he has no vision whatsoever what his opponent's doing, whether it be really fast layer, if it's gone up to Mutalisks, if he's taken all 6 gases. So that's the kind of information required. But with the second Immortal coming down here, and now an attack upgrade starting, we may actually see a 2 base attack here. But like I said, it's still up in the open.
I'm wondering if Squirtle isn't just playing to the player, you know, because he's seen his opponent's style already, and he's seen a bit of his history, I'm sure, where he was like, okay, well, this guy loves the late game. He's going to play standard through and through and try and make his way there as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And so perhaps he's actually playing to the player in this case where he is going to set up for that. We do have the 3 gates going down in the main base, and that is going to... Oh, more. Yeah, there we are.
So he's going to do a 2-base Immortal play. He needs another Immortal, I guess, straight away. And this will start to hit, roughly 10 minutes or so. With additional gateways coming down, it powers 6 gateways in total. This may be a fake in 3rd base or something like that. With a 3rd Immortal and no Observer, he's basically saying, I don't care what he's doing. I'm going now completely. And because of that, like I was saying how the +1 attack never came out early, he's actually having to spend credit boost on it now to get it out faster because it was delayed here. And there we are going to see 3 Immortals about to make their way across, or will start to break down the rocks in the shortly, and additional cannons coming down. So he's making his way. He may not break the rocks, he may just go out from the front door after killing that pylon down.
Looks like it, yeah. He's just going to make his way out there. And it would appear that we already have units in production for Sniper as well. This is kind of standard, though. You do expect something to be coming at you by now. And so we do have the Roaches and the Lings in production. Burrow is on the way as well as Roach Speed. But we have the War Prism.
Yeah,
what the fuck are you doing?
It will come out, man. The Warp Prism will come out in a second. And with the Warp Prism coming out, that will make this push so strong because there's no really aggressive pylons or anything out there. I think that's going to make this push all similar. But we do have +1 armor on the way now as well. Is he going to make that Warp Prism or not? Because there is a probe actually there. I don't see the probe. Never mind. So we are going to have this push now. 3 Immortals, an Observer, 2 pylons. Not going to actually make a Warp Prism. I guess that would have backed it up nicely, but he has
He's trying to make me look the fool, Apollo.
No, man.
Well, I have something for you, but he's not making that Warp Prism. He's got 2 pylons down.
This is the pylons, so it's really difficult right now to move to the 3rd base or keep the pylons alive, and that's what these Roach and Lings were at the back.
No, he's already baited out 2 force fields, and that's excellent. So long as he can keep doing that, if those sentries lose their energy, this push is going to lose a lot of its punch. But there we go, snagging a good portion of those Roaches. The Immortals are going to work. Those Roaches are gone. And now it comes down to whether Sniper can get more units in position to be able to deal with this, because losing a chunk of your army like that is not going to be fun. Spines are up at the 3rd.
I mean, that'll help a little bit, but the big thing is just the amount of units he has. He has so many Ling and Roaches. A big sandwich is going to come in shortly, which is going to be ideal, but
yeah, but this is
wait until he commits.
This does look like a pretty good position, though, to find yourself in if you are the Protoss player. He's hugging the wall. Force fields are going to go down, and the sandwich, as you said, is coming in, but it looks like they're going to dart back out again, baiting those force fields, really not looking to commit. The Warp Prism is a coming, Apollo, but will it be in time? Because so far, Sniper's doing a fantastic job closing in on all fronts, and now finally able to target it down those Immortals. 2 of them will fall, and that is a massive amount of the power that Squirtle is counting on to deal with these Roaches. The Stalkers are getting forced back up, and look at this, Sniper able to deflect this attack, Warp Prism or not.
Yeah, he deflects it. Everything just picture perfect for Sniper. The macro hatch was on time, his upgrades are good, he's grabbing now another evolution chamber to go double upgrades. He pushes that back awesomely. I mean, grabbing both or all 3 of the Immortals like that so easily makes this game so easy. The army is just irrelevant. It shouldn't even be out on the map. But the Warp Prism is now out. Will try to do something, and he can't actually, back up an army. He doesn't have any army to actually back up here, so he's gonna have to use it for harassment. And
it's going to be at the last minute that Sniper sees this too. That Overlord I was about to say is in good place, but it's actually fairly close to the base, so he's only going to have a moment's notice before whatever decides to come out of that Warp Prism, perhaps Zealots, is going to make its way forward. The 4th base is down for Sniper as well, so he has to be a little bit careful about that, but it looks like the Warp Prism will get punched out, and the army coming back as well to help defend.
Yeah,
so that was actually a good play.
I mean, yeah, that was pretty good.
It draws the enemy away from the gates, basically. Now he can open his door and see, what's waiting for him outside.
He should actually have an Overlord spreading creep on that 3rd base. That's actually a bit of a mistake, and also he needs Burrow. Or does
He
have
does
burrow?
have burrow,
Oh,
yes, he
well,
does.
He should
Does he
definitely
have?
borrow a link.
He has movement speed.
Right, yeah, now.
And it looks like he will. Very nicely done. Right in the nick of time, too.
Yeah, and where's the observer is halfway across the map. It's, you know, right on the opponent's natural, so that's going to be annoying. And I was going to say, I thought he didn't have burrow because he didn't do it already, but I guess he did have.
He was just keeping you in, suspense.
He was testing me, man.
He's making sure. Just like with the Warp Prism.
Paul says he needs to borrow that link.
Yeah, just like with the Warp Prism, man. He's just keeping you guessing. That's good. I like that.
But with 6 Infestors on the way out now, 1-1 upgrades for the Zerglings later to be Broodlords on the way, or Broodlings, should I say. Looking pretty dandy at the moment, and this is not so good for Squirtle, who's going to have to sit back, grab a late 3rd base. His opponent can easily take a 5th. Like, there's no reason not to take a 5th right now, unless he's trying to do this, which is move across the map, launch fungals, launch infested terrans, launch everything over gateways, over pylons, over force fields, and just try to squish the 3rd base down.
He did take a poke at that front door, but once again, I think it is blocked off, so no entry there. The Lings and the Roaches are in position. Good spread here by Squirtle, and the cannons are up as well, so that will be a good help as far as defending this attack. The Warp Prism harass is coming in here, but the Queens are marching across with the Lings, and they will be able to fend this off fairly quickly. But once again, oh, look at this though. Once again, it draws the entire army back from Sniper. Like, his entire army has to go back there to defend that. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, it's a little bit silly. No Hive. Spire on the way, but no Hive. Kind of weird.
That is a little bit of a
no 5th base,
timing.
so he's definitely going to need to do something here. If he doesn't achieve any results here, then he easily Squirtle's back in the game, but there's so many units!
Well, can he get in there? It looks like he's going to donate some Lings for free, and that is actually a pretty big blow. He needs every unit and needs to make it count, because if not, Squirtle's in a great position. He can just sit back and perpetually force field everything off and just buy as much time as he can. Those cannons are going to work as well, let's not forget.
Running out of force fields though, he only has a sentry left, it has a couple of force fields left, there's no force fields left. After this, it's gone. But there's still 3 models, there's still 4 cannons.
And the Colossus makes its way across as well.
So this will be held off for now.
Yeah, once Sniper sees that, he may decide to back up a little bit. Oh no, the Roach is trying to go for a cheeky snipe there. Not quite able to grab the Colossus though, and so he lives to, walk around, I guess? What do Colossus do? Do they, like, march? Whatever. They got 4 legs.
I don't know. What does a tripod do?
Tripod. It stands there. Except the Colossus, they can move.
Kind of tiptoes, I guess.
Yeah.
The best way
it
to
looks
describe
dainty, doesn't it? Where it kind of just, like, lifts its leg up daintily. I don't know.
Hive now is about to be completed. Spire is always done as well, which is why we see Corruptors out, and he can either just attack with Corruptors, bring the Colossus down, and then go again. He can just wait and go to Greater Spire. He can take a 5th base again, take a 5th base. I mean, I guess, there's no reason not to.
You don't need no 5th base.
Don't need no 5th base. A Zerg. It's easy.
Chilling out. Whoa, look at that.
So many Banelings involved in. He knows that there's not that many force fields, but there still are some, and with 3 pylons creating an extended wall.
And the Colossus there as well.
So he's
this could get
very
pretty
careful.
brutal.
He doesn't want to throw this gas away, because that could have been Broodlords.
He does have the Corruptors. I think he wants to just keep the Corruptors to try and, give a bit of a kiss to these Colossus, but he's just going to get fended off. There's no way.
He's not getting it.
And now
he just has to wait for Broodlords and do it again. Yeah, there's no way he's breaking that. If he tries it, he'll lose his army and could die to a counterattack. So the safe play is just to wait for Broodlords, take a 5th base, which he's finally going to do by the looks of it.
Are we seeing it? Is he actually taking it?
No, he's taking,
Is it?
Oh no, there were spines. God damn,
they're going for spines. I'm wondering, he's obstinate. There it is. Okay. There it is. But at the same time, Squirtle now just gets to sit back and kind of do what he wants, which is max out on 3 base.
Max out on 3 base, but that means he's not going to have any super high, like 4 tier. I guess you can say 4 tier of units, Broodlord. I mean, sorry, not
the mothership,
carriers, anything along those lines. He's not going to have to actually fight this army. He's only going to have the Colossus race to get rid of the Broodlings and Lings. And then he just has to jump.
He's got no high Templars or anything.
He's got no high Templars for feedback on the Infestors, so even if he does jump, he's going to jump into fungal growth. So it's actually really, really bad here for Squirtle.
Alright, well, 7 Broods are on the way as well, morphing up.
The front door, like touching the forge and gateways. That's how bad this is.
You want to build stuff in your base? I think not.
Yeah.
But we do have the Infestors, we have the Broods, now 8 of them morphing outside, and with the +2 melee attack on the way, these guys, these Broodlings, these Lings, these Banelings are going to start packing quite a punch.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. He doesn't have +2 melee. He should have had by now, but he doesn't. But it doesn't
Gas started
really
probably. Those Banelings, man, he invested so much in those Banelings, and they did nada. They did nothing.
But they will now. They will now. Trust me. They're going to come crashing through. knocking on the force fields. Oh god, Colossus!
No, that's a bit of a shame. Will it make its way? Well, no, it won't. And now we have the Broodlings on that army. Dude, the ticker is ticking now. At this point, it's just like, what can happen?
Oh, God,
and there it is. Oh, good force fields though, holding those Banelings at bay, and the Colossus already going to work, completely negating those. Now it's just up to the Broodlords to do the damage. We do have Infested Terrans going down, so that is going to close the gap. But Sniper's army is actually taking a pretty heavy beating here. It looks like we do have some good damage coming out from Squirtle. Aggressive blend forward from Squirtle, and he is able to snipe and crush this Zerg army. Too many Banelings, man. Too many Banelings. You lose all those Broodlords, that hurts, man. Yeah. That hurts. There's
a lot of money left for Sniper. 70 Lings on the way, 4 Corruptors, 16 Roaches are going to just squish this out. If it even tries, the spike
look at that.
Absolutely everywhere. That third base is like, I don't know, man. Jurassic
Park. Come at me, yeah.
But,
well, Squirtle, would you say that Squirtle's being a bit ballsy here?
He has to go. He has to go. There's no way he's taking a 4th base ever in this game. So this is it. He has to go, otherwise he's going to be out of this tournament, but not out of the TSL4 number.
Well, he loses his Colossus. He's about to lose those Stalkers as well. And, yeah, GG out from Squirtle. That is it. GG! GG.